let's see here. Live. I'm gonna go over here. I'm sure it's gonna pop up. That's that. So I need to switch account. How is everyone today? Folks, we got some storms coming. Hey, Todd. Gray Fawn. Um, Give me just a few minutes. I'm trying to get all this shared out. Also, for you folks that are in Discord and you have not moved your membership over to Coffee Club, if you was a member on the old YouTube, you must be moving your membership over or you are going to be removed from Discord. If you would like to become a member and get access to our closed Discord server that has over 100 channels of text, talk, and chat, usually when somebody joins, they never leave because it's so nice. We hardly have anybody leave. But this is the only thing that is keeping us going right now. So, if you have not moved your membership over to Coffee Club, you need to do so now. Okay, I am getting ready to share this out on Discord so everybody can find us. A YouTube stream, then we got the Rumble stream. Okay. We got that took care of. Now I am going to make the post over on Coffee Club. There is the Rumble stream. And here is the... Why isn't that Rumble showing up? Copy. Okay, well, email this out, publish. Yeah, it works. Okay. I don't know why it ain't doing the pop down, but okay. Whatsoever. Anyway, we have a lot of news to cover today for you all. And we are getting into this momentarily. So, what we're going to do is I want to put up that screen. We want to stop it. Oh, where is. That's what I'm looking for. We need to figure out why this is doing this. Maybe bump that squelch level up some to keep it from going constantly. I think that is over on the other feed. Okay. It wasn't us. So we can bump that back down.
All stations,
EAM, folks.
this is airspace, break, Bravo,
Let's just get a strong one.
Yankee, standby, Bravo, 7, Golf, Yankee, Golf, Yankee, standby, Bravo, 7, Golf, Yankee, Golf, Yankee, standby. Message follows. Bravo, 7, Golf, Yankee, Golf, Yankee, Kilo, Zulu, Bravo, Delta, Oscar, Delta, Papa, Yankee, Sierra, November, Foxtrot, Uniform, Yankee, Papa, Oscar, Charlie, Echo, Zulu, Kilo, Romeo, India, Golf, Papa, I say again, Bravo, 7, Golf, Yankee, Golf, Yankee, Kilo, Zulu, Bravo, Delta, Oscar, Delta, Papa, Yankee, Sierra, November, Foxtrot, Uniform, Yankee, Papa, Oscar, Charlie, Echo, Zulu, Kilo, Romeo, India, Golf, Papa, this is airspace out.
Folks, do not eat Taco Bell. The CDC has linked the explosive diarrhea outbreak to shredded iceberg lettuce served at Taco Bell. More than 1,600 people who got sick reported eating at Taco Bell locations in 5 states. FDA says investigating traced the lettuce to a single supplier in Mexico. Why are we importing iceberg lettuce from Mexico? Why are we importing lettuce from Mexico? Jesus. Well, Texas is underwater, folks. They just can't believe that they've had another 1 in 1,000 year flood 1 year after the last 1 in 1,000 year flood. They're puzzled. Why does this keep happening? Well, welcome to the GSM. These are only going to become more common, and just wait until the 1 in 10,000 year, the 1 in 100,000 year floods start. They're coming, and we're ahead of schedule. That we've got massive flooding in Linh Chinh province of Vietnam. Absolutely massive flooding. The streets have turned into rivers in Vietnam. And of course, you all know that whenever we get done with the news breakdown over here on YouTube, we will be ending the YouTube stream and we will be moving to Rumble. And I will go over all the video that we have talked about. And I've got lots of video today for you all. And I ain't got nowhere to be. So this is probably going to be about a 3 hour stream. So get your popcorn, sit down, and buckle up.
This is going over the dry Frio. Get the name because it's used.
Goodness gracious, is that thunder, folks. It just shook the house. Do you know that Lake Travis? Okay, I'm gonna give you a little breakdown of how big this lake is. Lake Travis is 63 miles long and holds 1.13 million acre feet of water. Can anybody tell me how many minutes this is? How many minutes it's taken to rise over an inch? It's rising over an inch in how many minutes? Well, I'm going to cover some other stuff while we are waiting for some answers. If you all can tell me how many inches, how many minutes it has taken for Lake Travis to raise more than an inch. Okay, SpaceX shares are down more than 41% from their peak, erasing over 1 trillion of market cap. Folks, the markets are in dire needs. Okay, nobody's going to answer how long it's taken Lake Travis to rise over an inch. Lake Travis in Texas. Now, this is where all this flooding's going on. Parts of Texas have seen almost 30 inches of rain. Well, it's rising more than an inch every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, folks. This lake is 63 miles long. This is wild. But, well, welcome to the GSM. Like I said, just wait till a 1 in 100,000 year flood start. I think we're seeing a 10,000 year flood over in China. But yep, Lake Travis, which is 63 miles long, and holds 1.13 million acre feet of water. That's 1.1 million acres. No, that ain't how it works. I'm sorry. But it holds 1.13 million acre feet of water and it is rising 10 inches per hour. So if Lake Travis bust, save a damn bust on Lake Travis, it will cover 1.13 million acres in a foot of water downstream. That's just a massive amount of water, folks. Absolutely massive. Yep, bottom feeder bass, and just wait. Like I said, wait until the 10,000 year, 100,000 year, and 500,000 year floods start. Because in the height of this thing, we'll see 500,000 year floods. And that much water is when the mud floods start. Let's see here. A wildfire has destroyed more than 50 homes in Drammen, Norway. Oh, if you think the smoke isn't bad up in the northeast United States, well, I think it's tomorrow. What I read, they could have tornado outbreaks. Imagine a smoke nader. Naders of smoke. Folks, Iran is becoming a very big issue. Overnight, Iran has hit multiple U.S. bases, multiple ports. They've took out air defense systems of the United States, radar systems of the United States. At this rate, we ain't gonna have nothing left over there. They're using these cheap drones. The U.S. is learning right now about drone warfare and how effective drone warfare is. But a country with a GDP of Iran that has been under heavy sanctions can utilize these cheap drones to wreak havoc. They've started using a new drone that's about the size of the typical man's chest area. It's how big it is. And it's got a very good range. They've launched it across Hormuz there and have attacked, I think it was Oman with them. So they've got a pretty good range. And they're tiny. Yeah, who, Billy? I will air that after the stream today. Well, we could probably butt in with it. Um, Let me see if I can find. Well, I can't because it will come over YouTube. As soon as we end the YouTube stream in a little bit, I will air it. I showed you all pictures of them drones yesterday. How tiny they was. Unbelievable sequence of events. It is not unbelievable sequence of events. We knew this was coming. And that sounded like somebody talking over the U.S. command and control frequencies. Okay. I don't know if you all heard that or not. But anyway, it is not unbelievable. We knew it was coming. The Guadalupe River in Texas Hill County has now endured a massive, fast moving, and devastating flood wave in back to back years. Well, it'll happen next year too. And the event looks almost identical to last year's event. I'll post a link to this so you all can check it out. Yeah, that's close to me. Let's see here. We've had another 7.3 earthquake in the world. This time it was off the coast of Mexico and Guatemala. Geez, these earthquakes are becoming very, very common. And they're only going to become more common. Yeah, they fixed it up a lot there. Um, Iran has attacked another commercial vessel, or vessels, should I say, in the Strait of Hormuz. Reportedly, a South Korean flag tanker has been hit by an Iranian drone and currently sinking in the Strait of Hormuz. This was 1 hour ago, folks. Well, we have got a tropical storm looks like going to impact the Florida Panhandle over the weekend. It could be a significant rainmaker for the Florida Gulf Coast, as the models show very slow drifting towards the east. Hey, I'm getting a phone call, folks. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, Trump is saying that he is going to hold Canada responsible for the fact that they are not properly maintaining their forest, and the United States is being unnecessarily invaded by unhealthy air, the quality of which is dangerous and totally unacceptable. He's going to call the Prime Minister. The cost is huge. Canada has refused to engage in basic forest management and debris removal. Um, he says it's costing the United States billions of dollars. And he is going to add this, which cost of pollution must be necessary added to the tariffs Canada is currently paying. Oh my goodness. So we're going to raise tariffs on Canada because of some fires that broke out in Canada. But Canada, uh, okay. And over, I agree about last night. The U.S. Central Command announced it has launched another round of strikes against Iran at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, y'all remember Greg Abbott's razor blade buoys on the Rio Grande? Well, the flooding has broke them loose, and now they're even further down the Rio Grande, and who knows where the blades are.
All stations.
Yeah.
Break. 4 4 Papa Hotel 7 Quebec Golf Standby Golf Papa Hotel 7 Quebec Golf Standby Golf Papa Hotel 7 Quebec Golf Standby. Message follows. Golf Papa Hotel 7 Quebec Golf Tree Romeo Alpha X-Ray 6 Bravo Charlie Kilo Foxtrot Mike Victor Kilo Zulu Romeo Mike Bravo Oscar 5 Alpha Quebec Victor Alpha I say again 4 Gunk Golf Papa Hotel 7 Quebec Golf Tree Romeo Alpha X-Ray 6 Bravo Charlie Kilo Foxtrot Mike Victor Kilo Zulu Romeo Mike Bravo Oscar 5 Alpha, Quebec, Victor, Alpha, Alpha, this is airspace out.
Alpha, this is airspace out. Seems like the EAMs are picking up somewhat. Let me get this fixed here. Okay. Lulu, you're dual watching. I'm dual streaming. Yeah, I agree, Christy. But yeah, this is going to cause some issues on Rio Grande about all this razor wire and stuff that has broke loose, and you know for a fact that the blades have broke off of the razor wire buoys, and they're scattered all down that river. The United States is currently doing a emergency redeployment of European combat theater fighter jets, aircraft, and tankers back to the Middle East as of the past 14 hours. Looks like this is the indicator that there will be a huge escalation for the weekend. So buckle up, as there is no off ramp left for Iran. It's only going to escalate, and we are going to be in very, very big issues coming about November with our fuel situation inside the United States. Our strategic petroleum reserve is at a 40-year low. It has never been this low during an operational period of its existence. The last time it was this low was when we was filling it up from when we built it. The United States have hit six bridges in the Bandar Hormozgan province of Iran. They've damaged key transport routes. Yep, 6 bridges have been, well, there's nothing left of them. It's amazing when Russia hits a bridge that there's just some little holes in it. And then when we actually hit a bridge with weapons that actually work, there's nothing left of the bridge. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. No, that's AI. Yep, that's AI. We got footage shows of Morocco B blast that targeted Ukrainian billionaire Babman Ormachev. And I will be showing these videos. The AM.
Radio check.
Radio check. Okay. I got to go out here later today and finish planting my corn. And I really should have ran to the farm store before I started this stream and got some more of this early sun glow corn that I have been planting. It's a 67-day corn. And with that 67-day corn, you can get 2 harvests out of it. And it is frost and cold tolerant. So even if it does frost on it, it's not going to hurt it. U.S. military casualties. As of 2 days ago, 14 U.S. military service members are no longer with us, and 414 service members have been wounded. So here is, if you all want to check that out, there is that. Also, folks, if you all have not joined our Discord server, um, and if you would like to join it to help us support the stream, it would be really appreciated to become a $5 member a month to help support us and what we do here. I put a lot of time into this. I put 40 to 50 hours a week into bringing you all this and keeping everything running. If you do become a member at that link at the top of chat, I will show you what your benefits are for that membership. We have a Discord channel here with almost 100 channels. I don't know why I was muted, but yeah. We have a Discord server here with almost 100 channels, from anything from Bible channels to fuel reports to food, space weather. We got most of major countries. Um, we've got a whole section for prepping deals, prepping ideals, gardens, and awesome. I need to check this out right here. But this is all tips and tricks to gardens, pictures of people's gardens. Electronics and solar systems. Food preserving. There's one of my little statues of green beans. Them are 12 packs and they're 2 deep in there. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So 10 would be 120. 132 quarts, and there's some other odds and ends. And I have put up 4 more 12 packs of beans. That's just that little stash. I've got other stashes around. I'm aiming for a year's worth to where you can eat a quart of beans a day and not be hungry. Beans are pretty nutritious. Looks like Who Billy has done some jam or salsas. No, apple butter. Um, we got I can't show that channel, but it's self-defense, tools and techniques, nature and wildlife, medical, We got links to channels. And there's just kind of a cluster of different topics down here. This is all the news channels here. All call, of course, it's the all call channel, so you have to leave notifications on. Also, Constantine, the guy who runs Inside Russia YouTube channel, has been poisoned by Russia. And the Russian Ministry of Defense called him and asked him how he was feeling. And then asked him if he wanted to sign a military contract. They poisoned him. And a couple of days later, called him and asked him how he was feeling. Out of the blue. Can you believe that? Didn't say hi to him or nothing. He didn't even know who it was at first. The first thing they said is, how are you feeling? Now, this is the Russian Ministry of Defense. Called him and asked him, first thing, how he was feeling. So that just proves that they poisoned him. Now, they poisoned Lindsey Graham too. And you can't change my mind on that. My mind is set that they poisoned Lindsey Graham. Bottom feeder bass. The corn is called Early Sunglow. It's a 67-day corn. Here's the breaking news channel, unconfirmed news. This is all the EAMs. Stream live chat. This is where gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of news gets posted constantly throughout the day. And we would absolutely love for some more people to help post news over in this channel. Stream live. This is the weather. We haven't done much on that in a while. Stock market. Can you guess what this channel is? It's the GSM. Earthquakes. Weather. Volcanoes. Floods. Of course, we would like to have somebody that's dedicated to posting videos and information about all the floods. We need some new members over here, or members that's already in Discord, to start helping us post some news to certain channels. Because I would love to create a log of all of the flooding and how it's in, and keep an eye on it to watch how it intensifies over the next 10 years or so. Of course, the H virus, the E files. You know what the E files is. Diseases channel. Shailas Unground India. I haven't heard from him in a while. Of course, we got the U-Boop Censorship channel. Flight Radar. And I don't know if you all have noticed, since we started this new channel, we haven't had no censorship in chat. That just proves that we was being targeted on the old channel. And I think that they knew that we was getting close to having a boatload of evidence on them, and because I was fixing to do a video on it. And most of our information has got lost now because a lot of it was saved to that channel. Doge channel, outrageous news, the Trump channel, cyber attacks, BRICS channel, No Name channel, wildfires, protest, space weather, power grid, precious metals. Um, then you get all this. These are just kind of text channels and bullshit channels. But if you all would like to come in and join us, it would help. Really, I would really appreciate it. And if you are willing to come over there and post news every single day, email me at duramaxworldnews.com. Not .com. duramaxworldnews at gmail.com. And if we could get some help over here on Discord helping posting, I might look into maybe giving you a discount on your membership. It's just $5 a month anyway. But somebody that's really active in Discord, I would look into maybe getting some kind of discount set up for you. But we need some help with posting over here on the Discord too. So if you can, that top of it's pinned in both chats. Um, Sign up on Coffee Club, get into Discord. If you're already in Discord, you need to be moving your membership over to Coffee Club. Now I have went through and I have removed almost 200 people so far that was not paying. A few of them has joined back, but not many. So I gave everybody accurate time, I think, to get everything moved over, where the old YouTube channel got took down for absolutely no reason. We did nothing to deserve the way we have been treated by this platform. We've got chemicals leaking into the floodwaters of the Guadalupe River in Comfort, Texas. Oh my goodness. And it's a lot of chemicals. It's turned the water red. Now, folks, we should not be allowing companies, especially chemical companies, to be building facilities right next to a river. How stupid is this? I posted a link in both channels of this. Now, this was just straight up stupidity from the county, allowing chemical companies and companies that store chemicals or transport chemicals to have their yards and facilities right next to a river and a flood zone. This should have never been allowed to happen. Yeah, I like Kennedy. He has a way with words. Of course, I'm putting together a good stockpile of videos and stuff from this big flood, and let me tell you, folks, you remember how I think it was North Carolina and Tennessee was? It looks like that in Texas. I mean, this is going to take a long time to get cleaned up. It looks like a tornado has went through these places. All right, I'm back. The other half got home. Um, Lisa, just go to my Twitter and go follow the people that I follow. Just look through what I share from the people who I share stuff on a daily basis and follow them. We got the 481 bridge in Uvalde County in Texas has collapsed. Goodness gracious. That's a big bridge. And it's on a major two-lane highway. I wish I could get into some news about Iran, but corporate insiders are now dumping their stocks at the second fastest pace in more than 20 years. Yep, it's coming. The collapse of the stock market is coming. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness! It is destroyed. The ancient, the historic Arcadia Loop Bridge in Caryville, Texas. Goodness gracious! There's a whole gob of storage buildings piled up on one end of it. Trump now says that he is going to increase tariffs on Canada due to the wildfires. There's so much flooding going on, folks, in the world that it's just a constant feed of flooding videos. I got video of one of the Ukrainian attacks on Russia's seaport in the Novorossiysk area. I'll be showing that video here in a little while. Lake Travis has rose 8 feet in the last 24 hours. Goodness gracious, folks. 8 feet. It's 96 inches. It's 4 inches per hour. But Lake Travis in Texas, that has it's 63 miles long, I think I recall, and it has a 1.13 million acre feet of water. And it has rose 4 inches per hour for the last 24 hours. 96 inches. Goodness gracious. We've got a entire hillside that has gave way in Chongqing, China, sending tons of dirt and debris crashing into homes, businesses, and a nearby road. State media says it's unknown at the number of people who have been buried after multiple residential buildings collapsed. Now, they're saying they're investigating what caused the landslide, but, well, it's probably all the rain Vegas got.
Tornado, sorry, tornado.
Moscow is begging for mercy. A second front opens against Russia. Ukraine has launched operations in an unexpected direction. Ukrainian forces are putting pressure on Russia's interest where Moscow least expected it.
Check 8992.
Radio check on 992. 8992. Ukrainian military personnel now are present in several African countries. And are openly working to create a second front against Russia. See, folks, this is kind of history repeating itself. Seems like I recall a certain nation in Europe that done something very similar during World War II. They was trying to take over Africa, just like Russia is trying to now. And now the Ukrainians are deploying personnel to several African countries and openly working to create a second front against Russia. Nice. It's wild how Ukraine, a nation with a GDP of a little bit smaller than Kentucky, can operate multiple fronts against a nation as big as Russia. You know why that this is happening, don't you? Because Russia is so rampant with corruption. If it wasn't for the corruption in Russia, Ukraine wouldn't have stood a chance. But you can think what is happening to Russia right now. What's the word I'm looking for? Because of their own stupidity. Russia's chickens are coming home to hatch because of decades of massive corruption within inside Russian government. They brung this on themselves.
Radio check 8.
And it's just wild being able to watch Russia's chickens come home to roost. They counted their chickens before they hatched. And now they're paying for it.
Any station, N86 radio check 8.
Last caller. This is Mainfield 89902. Say again your last, over.
We got massive rain falling in Chengdu.
Calling had you broken but readable. Thank you for the check.
Shanghai province. 70 millimeters of rain fallen in 1 hour. How many inches is 7 mil? 7? I don't think that's an inch, hardly. I'm sorry. It's 2.75 inches of rain per hour. So they received almost, 2 3/4 of an inch of rain in an hour. Folks, we're fixing to see some heavy flooding in the Texas Panhandle. And I do not know where this tropical storm is going to go to. They're saying it's going to go across Florida to Jacksonville and out. But I don't know. I don't hardly believe that the way it's moving. Of course, we're going to show you all this when we move over to Rumble here in a few. And I cannot believe there's only 11 people over here on YouTube and 11 people on Rumble. Where is everybody at? We should have 100, 200 people watching like we used to have. I get it. A lot of people don't know where we're at. And that's why it's so important to be a member of our Discord. Let's see here. Kuwait's Ministry of Electricity, Water and Renewable Energy says an Iranian drone attack struck a power generation and water desalination facility, sparking a fire and causing significant damage and forcing multiple electricity generation units offline. This has been reported 10 hours ago. You all, please go on your social media. Share this stream out everywhere. We need your all's help to be able for new people to find us. Senior Iranian official says if the U.S. attacks continue over the next 2 or 3 days, the armed forces of Iran will move beyond the stage of deterrence and retaliation and enter the phase of offensive and complete destruction, such that the U.S. bases, soldiers beyond political borders will be pursued and directly, you know what. The United States should know the strategy of war and negotiation has reached a dead end. In the coming days, the intensity of Iran's attacks will increase substantially. China is having a very bad day in the stock market. Their entire stock market is red. Ukraine. This is a big win for Ukraine here, folks. Also, does anybody want to join me on the audio? Let me know, and I will pull you into this channel. And we have just had a 2.9 magnitude earthquake over next to Yellowstone in Wyoming. Ukraine announces that their long-range drones have destroyed a Russian Tu-95 strategic bomber at the Engels Air Base in Russia. Now, folks, you know where the Engels Air Base is? It's way up in the tip top of Russia by Finland. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Also, can anybody tell me what farms? I'm going to go ahead and read this out. Investigators have linked the shredded iceberg lettuce supplied to Taco Bell by Bell restaurants by Taylor Farms as the source of contamination of the outbreak of a parasitic illness that has caused explosive diarrhea. Um, can anybody tell me what happened in 2024 in McDonald's? I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Uh, okay. Taylor Farms was notably the supplier of McDonald's.
I request you under Charlie Alpha Delta. I say again, Charlie Alpha Delta. How copy? Over.
They was the supplier of McDonald's onions that blamed for its 2024 E. coli outbreak. So stay away from Taylor Farms and stuff, folks. It seems to have problems. Oh my goodness, at this video of Pernales River. I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but in Texas, here from the floods. This is wild. Wow. The strikes this weekend on Iran is going to be massive, folks. 60 U.S. Air Force refueling tankers have arrived in Israel, along with more fighters to Jordan. 60 tankers. Goodness gracious, folks. Um, we're talking about the biggest aerial bombardment since World War II with 60. Goodness gracious. But I will say, putting that many takers in one area is a bad thing. They should be spread out between a couple countries. They shouldn't be placed in one country because a bunch of drones can make quick work of stuff, especially them tiny drones that I showed you a picture of yesterday that Iran has just unrevealed. We just had a 2.6 magnitude earthquake in West Virginia. They're these little drones. Looks to be the size of about a little bit bigger than a PC um, tower. And what aircraft was that just landed back here? Okay, that was a little passenger plane. Folks, I like this, where we're able to come back and watch video. See, we're even detecting the birds that fly past the camera. I don't know what that detected. Don't know what was that one. Don't see no aircraft there. What about this little spot? Don't see nothing there. What about this one? Nope. This one? I think it's detecting the clouds somewhat too here now. The birds and the clouds. There's an aircraft. Birds. Birds. Not for sure what that detected there. Guessing birds. Guessing birds. Aircraft.
All stations,
EAM.
is airspace, airspace, 4 bypass 97, 4 bypass 97, Golf, 7, 2, 4, Juliet, Mike, Golf, Papa, 7, 2, 4, Juliet, standby, Golf, Papa, 7, 2, 4, Juliet, standby. Message follows. Golf, Papa, 7, 2, 4, Juliet, Alpha, Yankee, Victor, 2, 4, Bravo, 4, Hotel, 6, Charlie, India, Uniform, Oscar, Oscar, 2, Victor, Kilo, Kilo, Echo, Tango, Juliet, Foxtrot, November, November. I say again, 4 bypass 97, 4 bypass 97, Golf, Papa, 7, 2, 4, Juliet, Alpha, Yankee, Victor, 2, 4, Bravo, 4, Hotel, 6, Charlie, India, Uniform, Oscar, Oscar, 2, Victor, Kilo, Kilo, Echo, Tango, Juliet, Foxtrot, November, November. This is airspace out.
EAM. Kind of looking through the cameras here a minute, folks. All right, let's get back to the news. That's a wild looking cloud right there. Look at that little booger. All right. No B-52s on this airport. Or was you talking about the EAM? I didn't make out who it was for. Could have been. We've got reports of explosions in Qassim Island, the Qassim Island that Iran owns. That is just now being reported. Rio Grande floods have swept away the border buoys in Eagles Pass, forcing the closure of international bridges. According to the state representative Eddie Morales Jr., the Texas Department of Emergency Management and Eagles Pass Police Chief Amy Gomez have confirmed that over 100 buoys are floating downstream from the Cumainda area on the Rio Grande, heading towards town. This situation has prompted the closure of both international bridges. Um, Representative Morales have requested that the TDEM director Nim Kidd provided state resources and equipment to assist federal government and contractors with buoy removal operations north of Shelby Park. Shelby Park update: shipping containers around buoys in the water and temporary fence structures have been removed from the park. However, cylinder buoys staged by the federal government remain, with personnel actively working on their removal. Oh my goodness. I'm going to post something here and a link to something that says, it looks like the SpaceX has ate the Taco Bell. Yeah, and I hate that because I got some of that stock. That wasn't supposed to do what it's doing right now. It's supposed to have went up. Putin's approval rating has now fallen to its lowest level since the start of the war. According to official data from the pro-Kremlin pollster Bitstamp, it dropped to 65.1% on July 12th, the lowest figure since the start of the full-scale war. Yeah, it's a lot lower than that. I think it's a lot lower than 65%. Also, about the bomber Tu-95 that Ukraine destroyed, it was 800 kilometers from the front line. A green cloud presented the arrival of a violent thunderstorm in Lombardy, Italy, where the region experienced a fall of giant hailstones, with some reaching the diameter of about 10 centimeters, causing widespread damage. Folks, these was big as eggs. Uh, I'm looking for some news on Iran. I've got a really good map of the rainfall in Texas. Oh my goodness. Between Del Rio and San Ontario, they received 15 plus inches. It's off the maps. It's off the scale, folks. That's a giant, giant area. Check this out. No chatters? Come on, people. Let's get some chats going. Iranian fishermen have recovered a downed U.S. Lucas drone. These drones are modeled off of the Iranian Shaheeds. But Iranian fishermen have now recovered one, and you know for a fact that China, Iran, especially Iran, but China and Russia will get their hands on this and analyze every little piece of it. Um, Israel Air Force has struck a gathering of militias attending the funeral of Senior Commander Tainer Albid al Wahid. I can't pronounce that. Initial reports indicate dozens of you know what and their sympathizers are no longer with us. Do you know the average lifespan of a Russian recruit right now is 20 to 30 minutes? Oh my goodness. Two U.S. Forest Service employees are okay after they have been kidnapped and held hostage in rural Northern California. Goodness gracious. Iranian armed forces have set a whole mountain ablaze in Iraq,
All
Kurdistan,
stations,
Iraq
all
area.
stations. This is airspace. Airspace. Break.
YAM.
4 4 Golf. Uniform. Charlie. Zulu. I. Golf. Uniform. Zulu. Papa. I. Golf. Uniform. Zulu. I. Message. Close. Charlie. Zulu. Alpha. Kilo. 3. Lima. Kilo. Echo. Juliet. Bravo. India. Victor. November. Bravo. Mike. 3. India. Romeo. Yankee. Whiskey. Mike. Again. Four. Bunk. 4. Bunk. Uniform. Zulu. Kilo. 5. 3. Lima. Oscar. Charlie. Kilo. Echo. Juliet. Extra. Bravo. India. Victor. November. Bravo. 3. India. Romeo. Yankee. Whiskey. Mike. Is
Okay. But yeah, the U.S. backed forces was using this mountain in Iraqi Kurdistan area as a weapons warehouse. And now it all is gone. Russia says it's now ready to send gang members and the word that starts with a D traffickers to fight in Ukraine. Authorities have proposed expanding the list of criminal convictions that will no longer prevent someone from signing a contract with a defense ministry. I thought I heard something. But yep, they're wanting to send more criminals to fight in Ukraine.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's test camp.
1.
Russia is asking Indian refiners to send gasoline. India is one of the largest buyers of Russian crude, so Moscow is now buying refined fuel back from its own customer. Y'all, I spoke wrong a minute ago, and I'm coming to correct that now. The Engels Air Base in Russia is not up by
This is
Finland.
Sigonella with the touchdown, testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. This is Sigonella with the touchdown out.
The Engels Air Base is over by Kazakhstan. I have always thought that the Engels Air Base was up by Finland. My bad. Do 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 do. I'm looking here. Give me a minute. I'm looking for some new news. I don't have that, Michael. It kind of just changes randomly. But we don't seem to be having an issue over on this channel. So, you're good. The United States has launched fresh attacks against Iran after Iran has targeted commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. Multiple explosions are being reported in Shrink, Bandar Abbas, Qassam, Jask, and other parts of Iran. All right, South Central Texas extreme rainfall. This is from reports. Kenipa, Texas, 27.45 inches of rain. Camp Eagle, Texas, 27.05 inches of rain. Ingram, Texas, 25.36 inches of rain.
123, 321.
Caryville, Texas, 20.75 inches of rain. Camp Wood, Texas, 20.31 inches of rain. Utopa, Texas, 19.83 inches of rain. Johnson Creek, Texas, 18.29 inches of rain. This was from Monday till Friday. A lot of rain there, folks. They have found more fiber optic drones and other weapons that was bound through the HEZBOLLAH have been found inside a fuel truck. Hundreds of drones, rockets, and weapons was found hidden inside an oil truck at Syria's border with Iraq. Do 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 do. This is from Inconvenient Truths with Jennifer Zing. This video went viral on the Chinese internet today. It shows Xi Jinping ding-a-ling ding-dong ding-a-ting nervously looking over the speech in his hands before speaking, with Vice Premier Ding X Zingaling, whatever his name is. It's the Vice Premier. Sits beside him, calmly coaching Xi Ding-a-ding. Um, but they're mocking Xi, says they're telling him, "Don't panic, little X. Just read from your little notebook, as long as you don't read the words with parentheses around. That will already be a big improvement."
This is Lodges with a test count. Testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. This is Lodges with a test count out.
The Bank of Japan has finally admitted the carry trade is the problem, so they raise rates to fix it. Except the pension funds and insurance companies they need to buy Japanese bonds are refusing. Not because rates are too low, because the policy environment made investing in Japan unpredictable in the first place. So the hikes, meant to strengthen the yen, are pushing the same institutions farther away, and the yen weakens anyway. They diagnosed the disease correctly for once. They just cannot write a prescription that matches reality because the whole framework they are working from does not match reality. This is the pattern, not just in Japan. The United States is having big issues also. I haven't seen Grandma in a few days. Collie Pop. Most people don't even know we have the new YouTube up and going. Um, China's satellite imagery has confirmed the U.S. has deployed its Dark Eagle hypersonic missile systems to Japan, with an official range of 1,725 miles and speeds that extend in Mach 5. The Dark Eagle can maneuver unpredictably in flight, giving the U.S. the ability to strike high-value targets deep inside the Indo-Pacific within minutes. Let's see here. We've been live for 2 hours over here on the YouTube. I know, I don't pronounce it right for a reason, Michael. That's the reason why I said Xi Jingaping a ding-a-ling a ding-a-dong. Ding-a-ping. Because he don't have my respect to pronounce his name right. Um, so, okay, we got breaking news. Somalia pirates have hijacked a tanker off the coast of Yemen. The chemical tanker was reportedly boarded and seized this morning near the port of Al Makala. A South Korean warship is now reportedly shadowing the hijacked vessel. So, Somali pirates have hijacked a chemical off the coast of Yemen. Charlie will be back Saturday. No, Sunday. I doubt we will have a Sunday sermon, but he will be back home Sunday. Yeah, I don't know where Frog is. Well, it luxury Airbnb has been left in ruins after a group of teenagers have set off fireworks throughout the home, causing extensive damage. The property's elderly Chinese owner was also assaulted. The AM.
Bravo, 7, Kilo, November. Bravo, 7, Kilo, November. Tree, Oscar, standby. Bravo, 7, Kilo, November. Tree, Oscar, standby. Message as follows. Bravo, 7, Kilo, November. Tree, Oscar, 3, 2, Quebec, Echo, November, Uniform, Kilo, 5, Charlie, Victor, November, Bravo, X-ray, Romeo, November, 7, Golf, 2, 2, Juliet, Delta, Alpha, Echo, 7, again, Bravo, 7, Tango, November, 3, Alpha, 3, 2, Quebec, Echo, November, Uniform, Tango, 5, Charlie, Victor, November, Bravo, X-ray, Romeo, November, 7, Golf, 2, 2, Juliet, Delta, Alpha, Echo, 7, this is airspace.
Collie, you should be good on my coffee. Will you please accept my coffee? That was me the other day. Um, I shouldn't have to accept it. It should just go through, Collie Pop. I see you as a member, but memberships are different than coffee. And you've got a couple more days on the free trial, too, before you get charged. Let's see here. Let me see if I got any Iran news a minute. Of course, we know that U.S. has sent more than 60 refueling aircraft to Israel, with 33 stationed at the Ben Gurion Airport. U.S. forces have begun bombing Iran again tonight, with explosions being reported across multiple coastal Iranian cities. Iran has hit ammo depots and bases in northern Iraq minutes ago. These are U.S.-backed forces. Army ammo depots. A U.S. Jordan base has been severely damaged by an Iranian missile attack. Troops were not evacuated, and from the looks of it, there is guarantee that there's going to be casualties. I got some big news, folks. Yep. You have a few more days of your free membership before you get charged. A source close to Iran's, I can't pronounce his name, says Yemen has begun blocking the Bab al-Mandeb Strait, with initial warnings have been issued to passing ships in the Red Sea and the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. He says in the past 48 hours, 2 Iranian strikes on 2 ships off Oman's coast, Oman. Additional warning shots and 1 ship seized have been carried out, and new formation has been established on the opposite side of the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The decision will be made at 0 hour. So, Iran says Yemen has begun blocking the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. So that's big news. That's another major shipping route that is now cut off. Ships now have to pass around the Horn of Africa. There's no other way to get from the Indian Ocean to the Atlantic. You have to go around the Horn of Africa now. That's big news. A message to the United States from military advisor to Iran's supreme leader. The policy of both negotiation and war is over. If the Americans continue the war for another 3 days, the Iranian armed forces will embark. Iranian armed forces will embark on a total offensive and destruction. All red lines will be crossed. Of course, Iranian armed forces have set fire to a whole mountain in Iraqi Kurdistan, as U.S.-backed forces used it as a weapons warehouse area. I got some video of aftermath of bridges in southern Iran. Here you go. Iran announces the every port against a port doctrine in response to the U.S. Channel port strike, saying it will strike 5 Pacific commercial ports housing U.S. military infrastructure as retaliation targets. The Jebel Al port in the UAE, this is the busiest foreign U.S. Navy port with over 200 warships visit annually. The Mia Salman port in Bahrain, U.S. Fifth Fleet main headquarters. The Al Shambaria port in Kuwait, the U.S. Army Central Command Forward Headquarters. The Hamad port in Qatar, at the Al Udeid Maritime Gateway, King Fahd Industrial Port in Saudi Arabia, the U.S. CENTCOM logistics site. And a source close to him says the scope and intensity of Iran's attacks will increase dramatically. Yep, it's going to get very spicy this weekend, Michael. Trump has given the green light, and a plan is underway. The Iranian intelligence is exceptional inside Iraq, especially in the Kurdish region along the border between the two countries. Iran knows exactly what this plan entails and has launched its harshest wave of strikes yet against Kurdish forces in Iraq and American installations. Several Kurdish ammunition depots have been destroyed, while Iranian troops have been reinforced and deployed to the Kurdistan province, the energy heart of Iran and the site of Saddam's historic defeat. The U.S. forces have now carried out their 7th consecutive day of strikes on Iran, focused on destroying its defenses in preparation for the next phase of action.
All stations. This is in Normandy. In Normandy, break. Bravo, 7, Tango, November, 3, Oscar, stand by. Bravo, 7, Tango, November, 3, Oscar, stand by. Bravo, 7, Tango, 3, Oscar, stand by. Bravo, 7, November, 3, Oscar, 3, 2, Quebec, Echo, November, Uniform, Tango, Charlie, Victor, November, Bravo, X-Ray, Romeo, November, 7, Golf, 2, 2, Juliet, Delta, Alpha, Echo, 7, I say again, Bravo, 7, Tango, November, 3, Oscar, 3, 2, Quebec, Echo, November, Uniform, Tango, 5, Charlie, Victor, November, Bravo, X-Ray, Romeo, November, 7, Golf, 2, Juliet, Delta, Alpha Echo, 7. This is in Normandy, out.
Iran has carried out one of the deadliest drone and missile strikes on the Qamela party of Iranian Kurdistan in Iraq's something area this morning. Sulaymaniya YAH. I can't pronounce that. The attacks have unalived 8 members of a opposition group and wounded 13 others. Trump may need to order. Give a second. Trump may need to order major escalation against Iran in the coming days, as the U.S. has informed Israel that it plans to deploy dozens of additional aerial refueling aircraft. We know that this operation is done underway, as at least 60 tankers have arrived in Israel. 33 at uh, I can't remember the name of that base, the Ben Gordon Air Base. 33 tankers have arrived at it. Now, this concerns me a little bit. Putting this many assets in one location. We all know how that works out. If you recall, we just done a exercise in Europe. And what did we do? We put all of our assets in one area. What happened to all of our assets from Ukrainian mock drone attack? Ukraine destroyed them all because they was parked too close together. Then here we turn around, daggone it, and do the same thing in Israel. In a real war. Make that make sense? Did we not learn our lesson at these exercises? Also, we just had a 2.2 earthquake in eastern Tennessee, down by the Smoky Mountains. It's just amazing. We turn around and do the same thing that just caused all of our mock exercises, all of our equipment and our exercises to get destroyed by drones. And then we do the same thing in a real war scenario. Now, folks, a dozen FPV drones could wreak havoc on this. This amazes me. Iran has attacked a U.S. military base in Iraq. Multiple explosions reported. It just amazes me. Of course, we know about Iran. It attacked the water desalination and power plant in Kuwait. Iranian forces say they have launched missiles at U.S. targets across the Gulf states in the biggest escalation since the MOU was signed on June 17th. Iran claimed strikes in Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Jordan, Syria after overnight U.S. attacks in Iran unalived 8 people. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tiffany and Alpha Q, for your memberships over on Coffee Club. Thank you. That means a lot. That's going to help keep us doing this. We need about 50 more of you to join to make up most of the void that we have lost from getting my channel deleted over here. Thank you. Now, is that your names in Discord? Tiffany Rose, what is your name in Discord? Um, and Alpha Q, what is your name in Discord? I know one of them is Lou. I think the Tiffany is Lou. Please don't use your name like that, either. Where it asks you where you put that, whoever it is, don't answer me over here on YouTube. Message me if that's your real name. Don't answer it over here on YouTube. Message me on Coffee Club. But if you all can, go in and change that. Where you put that name in, use your Discord name, please. So if you can, go in and change that. I'm messaging both of you right now what your Discord name is. So um check your coffee club messages, please. Because this, when I come in here, I can search your name over here, and that's how I match it up with your name in Coffee Club. Hey, Collie. I'm sorry if I messaged you twice over here on Coffee Club. Um, I'm just trying to get everything lined out over here. Someone didn't. Okay, I see who that is. Never mind. It's Mover. So both of you that just joined over here, I have sent you a message on Coffee Club. Please respond back to that, please. Um, I think I know who you, the Tiffany one is, because I got about another 150 to remove over here still from Discord. Do. IRGC Navy drone hits a tanker and the straighter who moves. I've got video of that. Okay, folks, I think what we're going to do. Oh, wow. The United States has destroyed and collapsed Iran's maritime traffic control tower at the Chanabar port in southeastern Iran. All right, what we're going to do is we are going to end the YouTube stream. So I am going to post you all the link to the Rumble stream in chat over here at YouTube. Now I'm going to walk away for a couple of minutes. I got to get something to drink and I need to stretch my legs. And when I come back, we are going to end the YouTube stream and migrate over to Rumble. So you all that's over here in YouTube, go ahead and start migrating to that link. You do not have to have an account to come over to Rumble and watch. So click on that link, start getting migrated over. And I will be right back in about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, I am back. So
Last caller, this is Megan Silver. Okay, getting your last caller.
we're into my U-boop stream. Y'all please move over to that link. Hey, Rumble, how are you today?